Gary had been warned about Mrs. Thomas. The feisty old lady had seen one of the suede bullets take down a rival. She was one of the few old-timers in the Queens neighborhood who had refused to leave and would have reported any crime she saw before the super vigilantes had come along. "Go down there and you're going to end up in the same cell as Jake," he'd been warned, and Gary decided to take his chances. Revenue was down about 20% from the past year, and there couldn't have been more suede bullets going upstate unless they all drove themselves to Sing Sing and started banging on the bars to get in. He had heard the Knights were getting it even worse. Gary found her bony ass sitting on the porch at the first level of the rundown triplex. She wasn't exactly happy to see him. Neither were the two CVs he could see standing across the street, watching him like hawks. Gary gave them a friendly wave. It was not returned. "Don't come one step closer," she screeched as she sat on a plastic chair. "Don't think you're not being watched right now, and don't think you're going to scare me. I don't care who you are, and I don't care who you know. I'm not keeping my mouth shut. I'm a broken-down old lady, and I'm on my way out. But I still got a good pair of eyes, a good pair of ears, and a mouth to tell the police what you gangster drug-dealing scum are doing out here. Your guy picked the wrong lady to shoot someone in front of." She had him there. Gary had warned his posse not to so much as jaywalk in front of this house, but the Knights hadn't given Jake much choice, as was their usual modus operandi. The Knights had been whack enough to start shooting his homeboy at the dumbest possible place and time. Luckily for Jake, his enemy had been a bad shot and ended up at room temperature, ending the debate as to whose territory it was. "Mrs. Thomas," Gary said calmly, an anodyne smile on his handsome face. "I'm not here to threaten you. I'm here to congratulate you. If there were more brave men and women out here like you, this neighborhood would be a much better place." Mrs. Thomas was silent for a minute, looking Gary up and down with an incredulous look on her face. "Well, there are some brave men and women here trying to bring the neighborhood up, but I'm afraid we got even more hoodlums trying to bring it down," Mrs. Thomas replied. "The neighborhood is infested with them," Gary agreed, nodding his head. "That's why we need people like you. Unfortunately, my friend had to defend himself from that same scum." "Oh, so that's your story. Look, there were a couple of shots, and I don't know who shot who first, but if he was mixed up with that no-good drug dealer, it's because he was a no-good drug dealer himself, if not something worse. And if he's your friend, then you're no friend of mine or this neighborhood. Now get your butt out of my sight. I'm going to have to fumigate my porch now as it is." "Miss Thomas, I don't blame you for thinking that. But I'm afraid my friend was put into danger for the same reason you could be. He had the guts to stand up to that slime ball, and for his reward, he had to dodge a bullet." "That's not the way I saw it." "I can't blame you for that either. I mean, look at that streetlight over there, the one where the shooting happened. At night it keeps buzzing and blinking. The ones on either side are out completely. No wonder the criminals are running rampant." "You got that right," Mrs. Thomas replied. "Did you know those city council members make over $140,000 per year, but they can't afford to change these light bulbs?" "We can't wait for them to change the streetlights. That's why I'm going to pay to get you new porch lights, including a spotlight if anyone gets too close." "That would be wonderful." "You do what you have to do about testifying. I want you to follow your conscience." "Well, I'll do that. Thank you so much. I wish there were more young men in the neighborhood like you." "Thank you, Mrs. Thomas. I suppose there aren't many men like me in the neighborhood anymore. But you know what? That makes it all the more rewarding." Gary left Mrs. Thomas. The new lights arrived the next day. Jake walked out a free man less than a week later.